Hello students, welcome back to my next English video series. Students, so far we have been discussing about the use of determinants, and under that we have been studying about the. We have already discussed some of the rules of the. Now let's continue with some more rules of using the. So the rule says before a superlative degree we always use the. Okay, whenever there is a use of superlative degree we have to always use the. Example, he is the wisest man in the village. You can see here wise, wiser, wisest. This is the superlative degree, and if the adjective is in superlative degree you have to use the before it. Okay, so make sure that this is the rule where you are always using the before the superlative degree. You can see some another example. She is the best player of badminton. Okay, the best player. Okay, best, good, better, best. Best is again the superlative degree, and that's what you are using the before it. So is it clear to all? Now let's come to the another rule of it. Before an adjective, to change it into a noun that stands for all. You're getting it? Before an adjective, to change it into a noun. Well, see here, I love the poor. Okay, poor, you know, I'm not talking about a poor, I'm talking about the class of poor. So when I'm using the, it makes it like a noun. Though this is an adjective, like he is a poor fellow. This is an adjective here. But when before adjective you are using the here in this sense, it is just looking like a noun. And that's what before an adjective, to change it into a noun that stands for all. It looks like I'm talking about the all poor. So I love the poor. So in this sense you are also using the before adjective. Okay. The rich shouldn't hate the poor. The rich shouldn't hate the poor. What does it mean? The rich shouldn't. The rich means I'm talking about the class of rich. Okay, rich people. You're getting what I mean to say? I'm talking about the class of rich. So here the rich people shouldn't hate the poor. So I'm not using people. I'm simply writing the rich shouldn't hate the poor. In this sense, you can also use the before the adjective. Okay. Now let's move on to the another rule. Before the names of measurements, when we describe how a thing is calculated, sold or used. How a thing sold, how a thing calculated, how a thing is measured. If you want to describe this, in this sense, you are also using the. So you can see the example, the cloth is sold by the meter. मतलब क्लॉथ जो है वो जो कपड़ा है वो किसके हिसाब से बेचा जाता है, मीटर के हिसाब से बेचा जाता है, मीटर पर है ना, मीटर के हाउ डू वी मेजर सो द क्लॉथ इज सोल्ड बाय द मीटर. ओके, वी गेट पेड बाय द आवर. हमें घंटे के हिसाब से, समय के हिसाब से, 1 घंटे 2 घंटे किस हिसाब से मुझे सैलरी मिलती है, ऑन दैट बेसिस. सो इट इज रिटन वी गेट पेड बाय द आवर. ओके, so here in this sense we are also using that. Okay, now let's move to the some more another rules. Before the names of hotels, the famous buildings and the famous renowned families and industrial houses. Okay, before them we are also using the. Let me read you once again for you. Before the names of hotels, the famous buildings and the famous renowned families and industrial houses, we use the. You can see the example, the Taj Hotel. Okay, the Nariman Point. If something is specific, the hotel, the restaurants, before that we also use the. So the Taj Hotel, we can see, you can see we are using the Red Fort, that is the famous building. Okay, the Qutub Minar, the Red Fort. So in this sense we are also using the. You can see when we are talking about the famous industrial houses like the Birlas, the Tatas, the Mahindras. So in this sense we are also using the. The Nehrus, we are talking about the specific families, okay, renowned families. In this sense we are also using the. So these are some of the use of the. Now let's see some other rule. We can see before numerals, the first, the second, the last. The first one, I want the first bag, I want the second person, the one who is standing over there. So in this sense, when we are talking and discussing about the numerals, we are also using the before them. Okay, so these are all about the determinants. Now let's see some more use of the. The is used before comparisons to show that two things happen together. Okay, the more you study, the more you succeed. Here I am using the more. Here this is comparative degree and again the comparative degree. So in this way, when we are comparing two things, we are using the before it. Okay, the more you study, जितना ज़्यादा आप पढ़ते हो, the more you succeed, उतना ज़्यादा ही आप सफल होते हो. So in this sense, we are using the. The more he eats, the fatter he gets. The more he eats, I need not to mention it. What does it mean? I hope you understand. But what does it mean? The more he eats, the fatter he gets. So here, before the is there before more, and again the fatter, there is a comparative form, but again the is there. So when there is a comparison between two things, to show how the two things happens together, we are using the. Okay. Now, before the names of ships and trains, we are also using the. Example, the Vikrant. This is the name of ship. So we are using the before it. The Rajdhani Express, the Amarkantak Express, the Narmada Express. So in this way, before the names of train, we are using the. Okay, the Amarkantak Express. To talk about musical instruments. If we are talking about the musical instruments, we are using the before it. Okay, like the piano, the guitar, okay, the harmonium. So in this way, when we are talking about any of the musical instruments, we are using the, right? Now let's move to some more rules of using the. To refer to a system or service, we use the, like the radio, the police. So in this way, we are also using the, okay? While referring to the names of journals or newspapers, okay? Before the names of magazines, the journals, the newspapers, we are using the, like the Hindu, the Navbharat, the Hitwar, the New York Times, and the journal even the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so in this sense, before the names of journals, the magazines, we are using the. Okay, to refer to imaginary geographical lines, when we are talking about the imaginary geographical lines, we are also using the before them. Okay, like you can see the equator, the Tropic of Cancer, the latitude, the longitude. So in this way, these are all the use of articles. So students, I have tried my best to explain this topic, the articles under the term determiner. Hope you would have understood. So that's it for now. Thank you so much. Take care and good day.